Good morning, Dream Team. DeAndre Saxon here, back here for another video, guys. It's been a minute since I made a video, maybe like a month or two. There's a lot of things been going on in my life, but I have a couple updates. So today, the title of the video is I'm gonna be going over what happened with my Amazon business and why I have over almost 20-30 boxes from Amazon in my backyard right now, guys. So I'm gonna be going into depth of what happened with that. But first, I wanna go ahead and give you a quick update on life, because if you've seen some of my other videos, I had a C63 AMG, and if you also see some of my videos, almost every video is breaking down. So after almost 8 months of having the car, I decided to get rid of it, and I no longer have the AMG. And I got rid of the AMG maybe like a month ago, and I bought a BMW 3 Series. I didn't like it, so I returned it. So instead, what I did was I bought an Audi, and this thing is gorgeous. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. So I got an A5 S-Line. Check this out, suede interior, beautiful, and look at that, guys. It's a manual. Quick side note, when I first bought this car, so I really love cars, but the funniest thing that all my friends used to give me shit for was I didn't know how to drive a manual. So I knew when I was car hunting for another car, I wanted to buy a manual. So I did want to get a 370Z that was a manual, but it ended up, I wasn't able to get it. And I stumbled across this beautiful S-Line A5 Audi. Funny story, guys, I bought it and I actually didn't even know how to drive a manual. So I actually learned on the drive home how to drive a manual, which is kind of ridiculous. Actually, surprisingly, a lot of people don't know how to drive manuals, but just taught myself. I did stall a couple times. Funny story. So I was actually, I think my second day I had the car, I was trying to go uphill. And for those of you that are learning how to drive a manual, know how to drive a manual, you probably stalled your first time trying to go up a hill with a manual. So I'm at a stop sign, right? And I'm trying to go uphill, and there's literally a line of cars behind me, guys. It was so embarrassing. I'm trying to go up this hill and I don't know what to do. So I literally park off to the side, half my ass is sticking off the lane, and I had to put the hazards on. So all these cars are trying to go by me, and I'm trying to figure out how to go up this hill. I keep stalling. It was the most embarrassing thing. I started sweating and everything, even though it was cold outside, because I was just so embarrassed, guys. But I got through it. I figured out, you know, after I let everybody pass, I let everybody go through, and I got the hang of it. So I've had it for maybe 4 or 5 days now, getting the hang of it. Still stall here or there, but I love this new Audi a lot more than the 3 Series that I had. Suede interior, good stuff. But I want to go ahead and get into the content that I have for this video. So essentially, I'm just going to go a quick update of what happened with my Amazon product. For those of you, some of my first videos I was making was about Amazon. So that was the first internet business that I was starting, Amazon. I was doing well with that, making typically anywhere between $30 to $60 a day in profit, but something bad happened, guys, and that's what I'm gonna go over when I go back and I talk about the video, when I go back and talk about the content, is some of the mistakes that I made that hopefully you guys don't have to make. So let's go for it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, go ahead and subscribe. More videos are going to be coming, so stay tuned, guys. Alright, guys, so I'm in my backyard now because this is the only place I can film where I can fit all the boxes. So I have over 25 boxes here that were shipped from Amazon to my house, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you an update about what happened with my Amazon product and all that kind of stuff. So essentially, step number one was, I'm gonna be looking at my phone here because I did write a couple notes down. So first thing, I'm gonna go over the mistakes that I made. So I did product research, right? And I went ahead and found my product. Mistake number one that I made, guys, was I ordered electronics from China. Never order electronics from China. And even in the courses that I took, they said not to order electronics, but when I ordered them, I didn't realize they're electronics. In my head, they weren't electronics. Essentially, what I sold was I was selling light bulbs, and literally this is how the box came. This is how the packaging came. So that's mistake number two, guys. I used Fiverr to go ahead and design my packaging. But even on my packaging, guys, there's mistakes, there's typos, there's errors, and quite frankly, it doesn't look the most professional. And even the manufacturer that made the bulbs did a shitty job trying to package everything up, guys. So that was mistake number 2, was I didn't do the best job of packaging and making sure my product really nice. That way when somebody ordered it, it looked really clean and professional. That was my second mistake that I made, guys. And so essentially, so my product, it was at Amazon, it was doing well. I was doing anywhere between maybe 5 to 8 sales a day. It wasn't nothing crazy, so I was making $30 to $80 a day. And most of the time I was doing that before, I was getting paid that before I even woke up in the morning. That was the coolest part. That was my first taste of making money online, and it felt good. My goal was to scale my business. And the next mistake that I had, I lost count. I'm not gonna even keep track of how many mistakes that I made, right guys? There's a lot in this whole process. The next mistake that I made, guys, was failure to launch my product in an efficient time. So it took me a long time to actually launch my product. So I guess from what I learned in the courses, Amazon gives you a grace period where you can rank higher for your product listing. And so it took me almost 2 weeks to actually go ahead and give away my product. That way I can rank it, because I was too scared to know what to do with my product. So that was my next mistake, guys. And so what had happened and why are all these boxes sitting behind me, guys? And that's what I'm gonna go over right now, because I want to keep this video fairly short. So I did get a couple unverified reviews, but what was happening was people were ordering my products. I was doing anywhere between 3 to 8 sales a day, and I was doing good. But after 2 weeks, people started returning them and returning them and returning them. And I was like, what the heck, what is going on? Why are people returning my packages? Because those of you that are getting started with Amazon FBA, you don't actually look at your physical product. It goes straight from China to the warehouse. So in my head, I was like, what is going wrong? All of them can't be bad, right? Because the first one I was like, okay, maybe one of them was bad, or he didn't know how to use it or something like that. But it was one after the other, then 3 a day, then 4 a day, and all these products were getting returned back. So I was like, what the heck is going on? And so, guys, and now that I see my product, this is what was happening, guys. Poor packaging, and some of these light bulbs weren't even working. They have my company logo on them and everything, but some of them weren't working. There's typos on the box, and it was just a really crappy presentation. And after maybe 2-3 weeks of all my products getting returned, Amazon went ahead and took down my listing. Because when it comes to Amazon reviews, I think it's 40%. If 40% of your reviews are negative, they actually take down your listing. And guys, the next mistake that I made was I didn't do proper research when it came to my manufacturer. So I went ahead and I was telling my manufacturer, the people that made the light bulbs, hey, these light bulbs aren't working. All of them are being returned. I had paperwork from Amazon saying your products aren't working. And I tried to dispute it with Alibaba, but it was already too late, because whatever, I don't know what was going on. But at the end of the day, my manufacturer stopped communicating with me. They stopped messaging me back, and basically I found out right there I was on my own. So even though I didn't do the right research in order to make sure that my manufacturer was credible, because if you're owning a business and some of your products aren't working, it's your right to you have to make sure that your products are right for your customer. So if that was a legitimate business that wanted success in themselves, they would have helped me either do a refund or send these products back to make sure they were getting tested. But they just flat out stopped messaging me. Alibaba wasn't helping, so I found out really quickly I was on my own. And so they took down my listing, and there's a period on Amazon where you can take down your listing and fix your product. But the thing is, I don't know which one of these bulbs are working. From what my review said, 2 or 3 of these bulbs out of the package aren't working. So I wasn't gonna try to resell them and all this kind of stuff. I had them all shipped to my house. So if you guys are sitting behind me, I have over 535 light bulbs that are sitting behind me from Amazon, guys. And so that was a major mistake, but I see it as a stepping stone, guys. So now I don't even know what to do with all this stuff. So please leave a comment below what you think I should do with all these products. Should I try to see if some of them work, sell them on eBay? Should I give them away to a church or a charity or something like that? I don't know what to do with them, but there's a lot of stuff that has got to go. I'm not even worried about making my money back, because this was a great learning experience, where I think the biggest takeaway that I got from my few months I was with Amazon was these 2 things. One, I loved the feeling of making money before I even woke up in the morning, and it was just being automated. That was the first thing that I loved about my experience. The second thing was I learned about communication with the manufacturer, not ordering electronics, and those 2 things were priceless, especially for the things that I'm going forward with in the future. Those are things that are, even though this was maybe almost $1,500 worth of stuff, It was a mistake. I'm happy about it because in my head, I'm like, for every box here, that's $10,000 of income to me going into the future, because this is not a mistake. It's a stepping stone up to the front. So hopefully you guys learned a lot from this video over those mistakes. So if you're doing Amazon FBA, make sure you're watching, make sure you go over those points that I just went over. And I'm super pumped up for the next opportunity. So I'm doing a couple other things on the side. I wanted to keep this video strictly about Amazon FBA. So thank you guys so much for watching.